Hello, YouTube and fellow citizens. It's the Sovereign Citizen here again, and I'm sorry I took a week break. I guess uh, I've been seeing a lot of problems going on inside of YouTube, especially in the what would be considered the right-wing political community on YouTube. They're getting demonetized. I myself had a video that was not advertiser friendly. I'll go more into that in a video later today. All right. Today we're going to be talking about the Syria situation and how it's a fucking hoax. All right. Uh, so if you live under a rock, in Syria 2 days ago there was a supposed sarin gas attack from the Assad regime on innocent civilians. Now, and there's a lot of outcry in the world community, in the world political community, especially from the United States. Trump said Assad has crossed the line and has taken military action. He has thrown 59 missiles at a Syrian airbase. Luckily, Russia has said they're not going to take military action. So in this video, I'm not going to. I'm going to explain to you why it's a hoax, why it's fake. All right. So to start off, I'm going to show you the evidence. All right, and then I'm going to give you a theory along with that, along with the evidence to make my claim believable. All right, so with the sarin gas, there was a sarin gas attack in 1995 in Tokyo, Japan, seen here and here. And sarin gas is a pesticide that was created in 1938 by the Germans, and it is extremely fucking bad. It is really bad for humans, and it's banned in under the Geneva Convention as a chemical weapon. Can't use it on people. So as you see here in this picture and in this picture, in Japan they're wearing full hazmat suits, gloves and everything. They're going towards the people and all that. As you can see here, gloves, big ass hazmat suit. All right. And in Syria, they're not using gloves. They have gas masks, but they're not using gloves. And one of the main things when dealing with a sarin gas attack is that you cannot touch a person that has been exposed to the sarin gas with your bare hands. All right. So they're washing them off, but that's not going to really do anything. All right. And you can't use the excuse, oh, it's a third world country, because you can have gloves in a third world country. Like, fucking, I don't know. People in Africa have fucking gloves if they need it. All right. It could be rubber, it could be cloth. It doesn't matter. You just need gloves. All right. So there's strike number one. All right. Um. So you need, like I said, you need gloves. You need full body hazmat suits like Japan had. And there's a problem here. So the white hats, the white helmets, I should say, have faked these types of attacks before. Uh, they show up acting like they're taking care of people when they're just paid actors by George Soros. You cannot deny that George Soros doesn't fund these people because it's shown. All right, the money is there. All right, it's not like it's going through 10 different banks and 10 different lenders. It's from George Soros into the white helmets in Syria. All right, and here's a video of them doing a mannequin challenge on a supposed wounded victim. Fucking making a fucking joke out of this. Alright? And then he's fine right there, and then oh, wait for it. Yeah, oh. I wish I found the picture, but there was a picture of him with the white helmets, all smiley and happy and all good. But now that I've shown you the evidence of my claim, how this is a fake attack, this is a false flag, and whatnot, because it's been faked before, and because there are some discrepancies in the responders. All right, you have to wear gloves. Like I said, you have to wear gloves. So this is where I had to put my tinfoil hat on, okay? Because when I explain this on Facebook to a bunch of fucking leftists, they're like, "Oh, go take your meds. Oh, get out of your mom's basement. Oh," and it's like, "Oh, put on your tinfoil hat. Oh, you've been drinking the alt-right's Kool-Aid and all that." It's fucking ridiculous. So I found this on I found a screenshot of this from 4chan. It was on Instagram. And quote, "Show me one shred of proof that Assad gassed his own people." 45 minutes after the Susan Rice story broke out, and days after Sean Spicer said Trump admins were willing to work with Assad to eliminate ISIS in Syria. Do you really think Assad would gas his own people right after the U.S. confirmed they were going to provide him assistance? Do you really think that maybe the fact that the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and CNN, MSNBC ran cover-to-cover headlines with pictures of kids foaming at the mouths and dead is a little bit suspicious considering Fox is blasting the Susan Rice story wide open? It's not like there could possibly be an agenda here or an attempt to distract the country from the biggest fucking political scandal ever. And when I saw that, when I read that, the wheels started to turn. Because when I first heard about the Syrian gas attack, I thought, oh, Assad's pulling another Saddam Hussein using chemical weapons and whatnot. But then the wheels started getting turning. And why would Assad gas his own people? The day before, there was going to be a summit to discuss the problem in Syria so he could get help with ISIS and al-Nusra. So I have come to the concise theory that the false flag was created by the Democrat Party and George Soros to worsen relations with Russia since they quote-unquote rigged the election. And Trump has great, if not no, relations with Russia, whatever you want to believe. The never-Trumpers, like John McCain and Lindsey Graham, got on board because they love war so much and they also hate Russia. John McCain said that Rand Paul was a Russian agent for not wanting to help out on the Senate floor. We also have the mainstream media covering all of this because they don't want to cover the Susan Rice story. It's a three-pronged attack on Trump, convincing him to go to war with Syria. And Trump is falling for it. Unfortunately, Trump is falling for this war in Syria. Because if he had just stayed back and said, okay, let's look at all the facts here and let's look at all the non-facts, we would not be bombing Syria again. 59 cruise missiles. All right. And Steve Bannon said that bombing Syria doesn't follow the America First rhetoric. All right. And it doesn't. Like, why you're spending millions of dollars to bomb a country that you were willing to help days ago to defeat ISIS? So why would Assad bomb his own people? And that's the thing, he didn't. In 2014, 2013, John Kerry said, Secretary of State John Kerry, under the Obama administration, said that we took out all the chemical weapons in Syria. Assad complied with the UN regulations. We took out all of them. So who's lying? All right. We have the Democrats who hate Russia because they don't want to see good relations between Trump and Putin. The neocons want this war because they just love fucking war. They make money off of it. Okay? So both the neocons and the mainstream Democrats own the mainstream media. They're making Trump, and there's also neocons in Trump's cabinet too. It's not just like it's John McCain and Lindsey Graham and uh, like Paul Ryan in the Senate making like convincing Trump to go to war. It's people like Jeff Sessions, Mike Pence, even Jared Kushner's almost a neocon. And there's also a civil war going on inside the White House between Bannon and Jared Kushner. And it feels like Bannon's like the only libertarian type in there. So we are being fed privatized propaganda, which is the mainstream media, to believe that this is all Trump's fault. And you could see that on Facebook. It's like the Democrats, the leftists are like, oh, Assad's killing his own people. We should do something. And then Trump does something, and the leftists are like, oh, Trump bombed Syria. He's creating more refugees. So it's a tightrope walk for him. I would not want to be in his position, but I would not just go and baselessly bomb Syria. I would wait for the facts because this type of shit has been faked before. And I'm actually surprised Russia is not going to take military action against us. I feel like Putin's going to abandon the Assad regime, like the support towards the Assad regime. So I'm not sure with that. But like I said, that's my theory. The motives are all there. The Democrats hate the fact that Trump has a supposed good relation. I think he has a better relation with Russia than Hillary Clinton does. Hillary Clinton would have gotten us into a war with Russia, with the Syrian no-fly zone. So, but in Trump, I don't think Trump will get us into the Russian war. I think he can negotiate that. I mean, I have my doubts. Needless to say, I'm not a blind supporter. I'm going to be skeptical about him. I wish Bannon had more authority in the White House or more influence, because I'm actually rooting for Bannon in this civil war instead of Kushner. I don't want like any of those neocons, like all the neocons in Trump's cabinet. I hate. I don't really like Mike Pence. I really hate Jeff Sessions because he's like 2 centuries behind. And granted, he's gonna bring law and order, but I don't know. But all right, so that's the Democrats' move. They don't like the fact that Trump has a better relationship than Russia than we care to think. The neocons, the old school GOP Republicans, want this war because they can make money off of it. And the media is fueling this. They're adding air to this fire. They're peddling this fire by extreme coverage and just baseless claims. I forgot to mention this, but 24 hours before the attack, the gas attack, an anti-Assad reporter tweeted about the attack. So we need to be skeptical. We need to be skeptical about this thing, because if you just blindly accept what the media says or blindly accept what the government says, you are a sheep. All right? You need to be skeptical about whatever you hear, whatever you see. All right? I was almost with that. I was almost, oh yeah, Assad's pulling a Hussein. But no, it's much deeper than that. Why would he do this? You gotta start asking yourself these questions. All right? I should have another video, I'll tell you. And remember to stay free out there, everyone. Please. And let's not start World War III. For the love of